Did the creator of Mortal Kombat 1 just tease another movie costume? It sure looks like it, and on top of that, he discusses the future plans for Mortal Kombat 1. That's right, even though his recent panel was not streamed, we have a man on the inside with all the details. And then finally, to end today's video, a special treat that I think you'll find very interesting. All that and more discussed in today's video, because another day means more Mortal Kombat 1 news. I'm covering it all the time on this channel, so if you want to stay up to date, then make sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss any future videos. And then after watching, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like down below. It helps the channel out a ton. And without any further ado, let's begin after a special announcement. That's right, my channel finally has memberships, which means you get access to exclusive emotes and badges. But then most important of all, you get exclusive content. We're talking videos that nobody else gets to see. And they're gonna be so much fun. We're talking mod reviews of the naughty stuff that YouTube normally does not let me cover, and then playing ranked matches without having to edit or cut any of the content, because YouTube can't slap me with the yellow icon when it's an exclusive video. It's private. So put simply, it's still going to be fighting game related content, but all the stuff that YouTube would normally not let me do without taking away the green icon. And on top of that, channel members also get pushed to the top of the comment section, so your voice is kind of louder than everybody else's. Your comment gets seen first. But of course, keep in mind that channel memberships are completely optional. No regular content is going to be taken away from the channel. It's all still gonna be here. I just wanted a way to cover fun topics that YouTube normally does not like, and also be a bit more free from the YouTube algorithm too. So yeah, consider becoming a member today, and let's get back into the main video. Woo! Alright, and back to the video. There's so much to discuss, including a new movie costume that was teased by Ed Boon. That's right, this news has me especially excited because, if you recall, a couple days ago, Ed Boon leaked this upcoming costume for Mortal Kombat 1, and the internet went wild. Pretty much every Mortal Kombat fan was on their feet cheering when we saw the 1995 Scorpion costume. So sick, so sleek, but also so simple in design. However, after this post, the floodgates were open because everybody was saying, what about my favorite character from the movies, right? What about Sub-Zero? What about Reptile? His mask was pretty cool. What about shirtless Kano from the movie? That could be pretty sick too. And then for me personally, I wanted Melina's costume from the Mortal Kombat 2 movie, Annihilation, and also the Jade costume if she does turn out to be a playable character. According to a bunch of rumors online, Jade is going to be in Kombat Pack 2. But of course, we don't know for certain yet. Anything can happen, but if she does turn out to be in the game, then I want her Annihilation movie costume. And you know what? I digress. The main reason I bring all of this up is because on that same day, Ed Boon replied to a very particular tweet. Let me go ahead and throw it up on screen. Sup, it's Nettie said, I will pay for a Talisa Soto skin for Katana. And I think many of us watching would agree, right? This skin is incredible. The actress was downright beautiful. I definitely had a childhood crush on this woman when I was a young lad, but with that all said, everybody is constantly requesting costumes, so this is nothing out of the ordinary, except Ed Boon replied to it. That's right, let's scroll down and Ed Boon responds, that's not a bad idea. That's right, everyone, the creator of Mortal Kombat himself chose to reply to this tweet in particular, which makes you think that this costume is already on the way. It's already in production, and Ed Boon wants to let you know it's coming, but he can't tell you directly that it's coming, because then NetherRealm or maybe WB will get mad at him for leaking things too soon. So in other words, Ed Boon can't say directly, yeah, this costume is coming. He's not allowed to say that, but he can be a bit coy and say, that's not a bad idea, and we all know that the costume is likely coming. But then on top of that, Ed Boon has done this before. Somebody in the comments has said, hey, I want this, and Ed Boon has said, you know what, that's a good idea, I'll think about it. And then guess what? That exact thing that was requested ends up in the game, because they were likely already working on it. And honestly, I think the exact same thing is happening with the Katana movie skin. But that being said, I have a question that I want all of you to answer in the comment section down below. Do you think we're also going to get her face and likeness, or is it just going to be the costume itself? That might seem like a weird question at first, except don't forget Dark Raiden. He does not have the face and voice of the MK11 Raiden, it's just his costume. And as a result, that has me worried that even if we do get these movie costumes, they might not have have the face and voice of the original actors and actresses. That definitely could happen. That option's on the table. I hope it doesn't happen, fingers crossed. I definitely do want to see Talisa Soto's face, likeness, and voice on Kitana with this costume. And thankfully in Mortal Kombat 11, that's exactly what we got, right? Not just the costumes, but also the actors themselves, right? Their faces, they voice acted, all that incredible stuff. It was awesome, and I definitely hope the same thing happens with Mortal Kombat 1. However, at the same time, it's definitely a lot of work. So right now on Twitter, I'm looking at the Scorpion image, and I honestly can't quite tell if it is a brand new face to match the movie Scorpion's face, or if it's just Kuai Liang's regular face and they removed the scar. I honestly can't tell. Let me know in the comment section. You all know that I love making these videos interactive, and once again, it's just really hard for me to tell. I want to say it's a brand new face, or rather, it's the original actor's face on Scorpion with the 1995 movie costume, but at the same time, it's really tough to tell, especially with this shot where the camera's further away. That could just be his default face in the game, right? The default Kuai Liang, only the scar is not there. I can't quite tell. And the only reason I bring that up is because if this is the movie actor's face from 1995, then that means for the Kitana skin, we're also going to get the actress's face model and voice as well. That would be so sick. But next up, it's time for topic number 2, the future plans for Mortal Kombat 1 as discussed by Ed Boon himself. For anyone not aware, recently there was CCXP, and Ed Boon actually had 2 different panels, one of which was streamed live, but the other was never actually streamed, and as a result, most of us are left in the dark. However, if we go on Twitter, then we can see that Ice Cream was actually there for the panel. Just check out this first post. Oh snap, his panel lasts for 45 minutes. Patience guys, reminder that Quan Chi trailer dropped randomly and wasn't shown until hours after Ed Boon left the stage. Whatever sneak peek Ed hinted at could show up at any time, literally just a waiting game. And then if we scroll down a bit further, Ice Cream follows up by saying the panel has just started, 45-minute panel. And then for a short bit, Ice Cream went radio silent because obviously he was enjoying the panel, but then afterwards, when all was said and done, he posted this. If anyone was wondering what was discussed on the Thunder stage, you didn't miss anything new. It was just a general discussion about balancing Mortal Kombat 1, appeal to masses, and small talk. Nothing important. Even if they did, I got you with the news, you won't miss it. But on top of that, Interloco had some audio from the event, and Ed Boon basically said the game is going to get content for years to come, including more cameo characters, more main playable characters. When asked by somebody in the audience if he could disclose any of those characters, he said no, I would get in trouble. But even so, the main takeaway from all of that is that Mortal Kombat 1 is gonna keep getting content for years to come. So if any of you watching were worried that Combat Pack 2 is gonna get cancelled, or that Story Mode Part 2 is gonna get cancelled, worry no longer. The game is going to get years of support, which is definitely fantastic news. I've said before that Mortal Kombat 1 is my favorite game from NetherRealm Studios. I think the gameplay has tons of depth, I love how the characters play, and as a result, I want it to keep on going, right? I don't want this game to die early, so I'm happy to know the game is still going to get years of content. But now finally, to end the video, a special treat. Since Pharah recently got revealed as a new cameo character, I wanted to show you guys some concept art for the character in Mortal Kombat X that I've never seen before, and it blew my mind. Because as it turns out, Marco Neller is a concept artist for Mortal Kombat X, and he worked on Ferrator, and just check out some of this early concept art. This first image is already really cool, but check out this little note by the artist. Ferrator is actually 18 years old. She's just short, but she's not a child, which is definitely different from the final product. I think we can all agree that Pharah in Mortal Kombat X is definitely a child. And next up, we have this image where you can definitely see the inspiration from Mad Max, right? The Road Warrior. That definitely inspired these characters, or maybe Borderlands at the very least. But then again, Borderlands was inspired by Mad Max, so I digress. This final image is where things get crazy. On the one hand, I'm glad this Ferrator did not end up in the game, but also, man, this design is so wicked cool. Just check this out. Pharah is completely blind and also cut in half. She's just an upper torso attached by a chain, and that's how Tor throws her. And on top of that, her hands are gone too. She just has blades that she walks on like a spider lady. And if you look at the notes from the artist, Tor is mute. He can't talk, so Pharah is his voice, whereas he is her eyes. Once again, this design is so creepy, but also really cool. Instead of Pharah being a little girl, she's a grown woman, but just chopped in half. And instead of being literal symbiotes, they just rely on each other. One can can see but not talk, and the other can talk but not see, so they need each other. It's not symbiotic in a biological sense, which is how things were in the final game, but even so, they still rely on each other, and I find that super cool. Another day means more Mortal Kombat 1 news. We talked about the new katana costume from the 1995 movie, and how Ed Boon is very likely going to add it to the game. We talked about the secret panel at CCXP that was never actually streamed, and the future plans for Mortal Kombat 1. And finally, we talked about the really cool concept art for Farah in Mortal Kombat X, and just how awesome it was. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below, it helps the channel out a ton. And then finish that combo by subscribing and ringing that bell so you never miss any future videos. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.